I'm sorry for the inconvenience, guys. Now I have a better view here as the light we have right now, and we have something here. Most of the time the switch antenna is actually right here. The first IC that is in the way of the antenna itself. The first IC in the antenna itself will be our ASM. And most of the times the ASMs are sandwiched like IC. That I believe that I was wrong about this one. This one cannot be our IC. This one cannot be our antenna switch. This one is probably, or the FEMID IC probably. I will explain it later. As you can see, if my camera does get it. If my camera does get it, as you can see, this IC actually a two-colored IC right here that I can call it the ASM. This could be our switch antenna. If you have a problem in jumping the signals, all you have to do is to remove it and put a new one there. Rebuilding it, most of them doesn't solve the problem. The first item we have in our way is called SAW filters. Not a lumberjack SAW, it's actually an acronym that I just don't remember what was it. We have also BAW filters. What is a SAW filter or BAW filter? There are several signals around me, but I only need the signals that are located in our GSM. So all I need is to filter them out. Most of the time the filters are little ICs that are shaped like this, like this one, or a blue or a white IC shaped like elements right here. These are our filters. These could be our filters now, as you can see right here. The main item that we have here the next item we have here, it is called LNA or low noise amplifier. What is an LNA? LNA actually is an IC because when the signals goes through the SAW filter, it will have some noises, it will have some weaknesses. The LNA is responsible for improving the signal to be sent straight to the next IC that we have in our way, and it's actually like an amplifier actually. But in this case right here, the LNA actually could be located in the switch antenna or this IC that we'll talk about it later. The LNA is most of the time not an individual IC. If it is, it could be a small one or located into switch antenna or this one that I will talk about it later. These two parts are very uncommon to have malfunctioning, but this ASM actually does have a lot of problems. After LNA, we have a very important IC right here. It's actually called RSP, Radio Signal Processor, or the RFIC, Modem IC, or WTR, Wireless Transactions. It's a very important IC, the most important IC in our RF circuit, and it is actually an BGA IC. The pins are located underneath it. As you can see, this is our RFIC right here. The RFICs were responsible for modulation and demodulation. What is a demodulation and modulation? When a signal comes through, the operation from driving it down of the carrier, I mean like Ryzen or anything like that, you have to decarry it. The signal must be jumped out of the signal that is moving around here. The responsible IC for that is WTR. It actually, I can call it like, it's transforming the signals from communication to digital. We call it demodulation. When it comes through, it's called demodulation. Not demodulation, I mean, yeah, it was an S, sorry. This IC is actually responsible for no service problems. When your device does have a no service problem, first thing to do is to dialing this number, star square 06 square. What is it? It's called IMEI. IMEI is actually a very important serial, very important number, a code number for your phone that is actually for your phone, nothing else. There are two types of it, two problems with it. We have IMEI or we don't have IMEI. Then you have no service problem. If you do not have IMEI, most of the time you have to actually re-downloading the software, re-downloading software, RDS. I'm going to call it now because there is not much space here, sorry for that. RDS, or the re-downloading the software. If it doesn't solve the problem, it could be an eMMC problem or a flash IC problem, because the IMEI is stored in flash IC. Now if we have the IMEI, that means the IMEI is located in the flash IC, we don't have problem there. There are actually several things for that. The antenna actually is the first, if you have no service. Then it goes for the PF. Then what is a PF? I will talk about it later. And then we go straight for the WTR. The problem with the WTR, actually, the problem, you know, the thing is about the RFIC, RF circuit is every single one of them is actually completely connected together. If one single inductor goes down in this circuit, the whole circuit will go down. Remember that. Moving straight, now I have here, the next part is actually not in every single device. Some of them have it. I mean, the flagships, of course, they have it. And the mid-range, upper mid-range does have it, but the lower ones doesn't. What is it called? It's actually called base band. The processor for the circuit. The processor for the circuit is actually used to processing the signals. And most of the problems are here about the no service problem that you don't have. You have the IMEI is actually located here or here. Moving straight is actually we have CPU. Now the CPU have decided what to do with it. The next part we have it's straight goes for codec that I will, or I have, if you have reached it or not, please go for it. The audio sick. and it is go through the speaker, and then I can hear it. Now I want to send out the signal. For sending out the signal, we have a microphone here that will explain it in the audio circuit. The mic hear it, send it to codec, codec send it to CPU, CPU send it back to the baseband. Now I have to create a frequency for that. My frequency must be in a range for the communications. For do so, I will need an oscillator. This oscillator is actually called VCO, voltage controlled oscillator. That means in our signal circuit or in RF circuit, we always have an oscillator, as you can see right here. The oscillator will create the signal and will send it straight to the RSP to be carried away, actually on the BDS. To do so, we need a lot of power to send it out of the phone. For that, we are going to need a new IC. It is actually called PF or PA, the power amplifier. The power amplifier is the responsible for sending out the signal. Most of the problems about the whole circuit is located right here. Why? Because it is connected straight to the battery itself, and it is used actually 24/7. It's non-stop working, the IC. PF is an IC that is so huge in our circuit that you can easily see it right here. It's actually a very thick one, as you see it. You can easily find it. Many of the problems are located right here. Like what? You have a phone. When you receive a phone call, your phone goes off, or your phone actually restarted. That is a problem about the PF. Or when you try to send out a call or calling someone, your phone goes off. PF problem. You will have a lot of heat in a very short call. PF problem. You will have a battery draining in a 30-second call. PF problem. Your phone does read a SIM card from one operator but not another one. PF problem. No service. PF problem. Most of the problems are located in PF. And PF actually, when it does have a problem, when it actually goes down, you will find a little hole in it somewhere around here. This one actually is okay, no problem with this. But if you found a problem that is about PF, you can actually see the problem in the IC itself, because it's have a lot of problems. And it's called the power amplifier. The power amplifier actually sends out the signal straight to the ASM, and the ASM will send out the signal. When it's trying to send out the signal, it is called modulation now. I forgot to say that, sorry. This is everything you should know about the signals and the RF circuit. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe our channel and I will see you on the next one.